on the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop, is our friend Scott Moak, Fox 40. He's VP at Sac Republic. He's Kings PA dude. He does a lot of things, our guy, Scott. Scott, thanks for joining us as always. It is much appreciated, my friend. Let me first ask you, what did you do last night when it was obvious that this was going to happen and that game was over?
Man, you know what's great, and thank you for having me back. What's funny is the last time we chatted, do you remember when it was?
I don't
know. When was
it? Before the season started, or as the season was starting?
Doko on draft day.
Oh,
where,
that's right.
Isn't that crazy to think that hot day, stage, welcoming, like getting fan reaction to Keegan Murray, and here we are today talking about the gosh darn playoffs.
It's unbelievable.
Last night I was, I spent some time just actually going down memory lane, to be honest. I got a little bit nostalgic and I was just soaking up all the just joy and happiness from fans and people who've been with this team for either a long time or not very long. And just watching people just be so happy, feel like they finally got the proverbial monkey off their back, that weight that we've all been carrying around. So many of us have been carrying around for so long. It was funny. Like even when the data set was big and the Kings were really good this season, 3/4 of the way through, halfway through, whatever it is, people still couldn't totally commit. I don't know if you guys felt that or not. It's like no one could fully commit because of what we've been through. And last night, we watched a commitment ceremony for fans, obviously around Sacramento, but beyond that, when they got the win.
And the craziest part about it, guys, last time we did talk to you, we were talking about making the playoffs via the play-in route. I think this is beyond anybody's dreams. And now we're sitting here talking about what can this team do in the playoffs? Not just glad they got there and whatever happens is fine, but what can they do? And people think they actually can make some noise.
Especially, I just saw that Denver and the Clippers finally got close to the Kings away record. They matched them in terms of like a team playing on the road. Teams on the road, if you're playing well on the road, you're legit. Like There's no other way to slice it.
Yep.
I mean, if you're getting quality wins against opponents in their building, you're legit. And the fact that then they come to Sacramento and have what they have behind them at Golden One Center, we haven't even begun to see the volume that place can reach. To remember, when that thing was designed, it put more people in the lower level than the upper level for a reason. Well, a couple of reasons. One, there's some financial reasons, to be honest. But two, you get more volume closer to the court to create that home court advantage. We knew when we lost Arco Arena, when it was going away, sun setting, we were going to lose the hardwood floors. Everybody was afraid that we were going to lose the volume and the sound and the decibels and all that. But nope. I tell you, there's been a few key moments this season where the playoff level sound was in that building.
Yeah.
Scott Moak is with us here, Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports. I got to ask you, Scott, you did mention about draft night, and we were there at the draft party, and obviously Keegan was the pick. How'd you come up with the Keegan Murray call, which everybody loves?
I did it that day. I actually did. Someone must have said something. Everybody most people liked the Yogi Ferrell when Yogi Ferrell was on the team.
Right.
I did the same thing for Yogi, and I don't really know why I started that. Our audio engineer and amazing DJ Dan Spackman, we're talking to each other during the games actually, and we have two-way conversation with each other like while play is happening, and he always was like, dude, just say Yogi, and so he probably encouraged me to start that. We lost Yogi. We didn't have a guy with a name like that. Here comes Keegan. Perfect blend of a name. Like, Keegan's just fun to say. The dude is I love the guy. Like, how are you not smiling every time you're seeing Keegan shoot, dribble, talk, live his life? I don't care if he's eating a sandwich. That's fun. You smile at that guy for doing that. And so getting the fans behind it, was, it's something we wanted to do. And I'm glad it kind of worked out. And who knows, it could have fizzled and bombed, but it didn't. And it's just been fun, every single basket the whole season at home.
That drum that beats with the light the beam chant. Is there any discussion on literally when it's too early to bang the drum?
Fellas, I mean, this is like there's going to be white papers written about this thing. There might be congressional hearings about this exact element. Like we know, because for anyone that's anybody that's played any sports or is superstitious or just has a general awareness, there is certainly it's too early moment. Okay. My dad was my baseball coach in high school, one of the greatest coaches I ever played for. The guy, we could be up 14-0 in the last inning with 2 outs. If you started packing up your stuff, put a helmet in the bag, put a bat in a bat bag, he was all over you. There's no chance. The game's not over. Don't do it. There is what I feel like has happened is the crowd is, we're one of the best. It's one of the best basketball towns. I don't care what anybody says.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd is amazing. They're super savvy to most things that are related to this. They know. My ground gets a little uneasy from time to time. There's a few players that also feel a little weird when it breaks out at the 4-minute mark and we're up by 11. Like, oh God, like maybe too early. But I feel like people catch on, and I feel like they got really good. But yes, there is a time for it to be too early, but I think we hit it most of the time this year.
Last one for you, Scott. And again, thanks for joining us as always. Look, we're gonna peel back the curtain here. Fans don't want to hear this stuff, but promotion and marketing and in-arena entertainment, they tend to work on things before things actually happen, right? So I have to imagine, Scott, that there's been some conversation about what might happen at Golden One during the first round of the playoffs. Is there anything special cooked up for this postseason that you guys have been working on, that you guys have been talking about, that might actually come to life when there's a legit playoff game in that arena in a couple of weeks?
Hey, you got some of the best and brightest working on this from a couple different angles. Is there something cooking up? There are a lot of things cooking up. Things that would blow people's minds, things to be excited for, nostalgia and history and things that cut deep, all of it. Like what I would say, here's the cool thing, is you do have on our game entertainment team, you have people that have been there for, this is my 21st season. You got people that have been there longer than me and about the same. You got a handful of people who have been committed to this team professionally, personally, and otherwise for decades. And then you have new folks, new blood, new people that are bringing a fresh energy and creativity and talent into creating some very special moments for fans and for the game experience. And when you get that all in the same pot and you mix it all together, man, I tell you, it's going to be a tough ticket to get anyway, but you got to make sure you're there for that first game. It's going to be amazing. Before
I say goodbye, I got to give you and everybody else over there at G1C some love, because I'm not just saying this because you're on the show. I've talked about this with my wife when we go to games. The G1C in-arena entertainment is really freaking good. And I've been to TD Garden. I've been to Madison Square Garden. I've been to Charlotte for a Hornets game. I've been to other NBA arenas. What you guys do is really, really good. And everybody who's involved with that should be commended, especially you, Scott. We appreciate your time, man. And this is going to be a fun ride, ain't it?
It is, man. Thank you. And look, all those people are listening right now, and you giving them credit, that fills them up. They're filled up because of last night, but man, we know we got some work to do and we're excited for it.
All right, Scott, we'll talk to you soon. Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
There goes Scott Moak on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. I remind all of you that Doug Christie, DC, will join us in 20 minutes, but we have so much more coming up.